Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about the movie Pool Party Massacre. Right off the bat, I want to let you all know, oh my goodness, I had so much fun with this movie. And I really did not have high expectations going in. Um, it's a super low budget movie, and when I tell you all the budget, it sounds absolutely micro budget. This movie was made for $6,000, and when you watch it, it does not look like that at all. It looks like it was made for 100,000, which people are probably thinking like, oh, that's still super low budget, but you know going in that this is one of those low budget indie horror films, and I'm actually a pretty big fan of those. There's quite a few of those indie horror films. A lot of them are these crowd-funded movies, but yeah, there's quite a few of those horror films that I like. One that I recently saw, I saw it in October, The Barn. I'm pretty darn sure that was crowd-funded, but that's definitely a low-budget horror slasher movie. The Barn was awesome. That was super creative. I'm a big fan of these indie horror movies. They're so creative, and this is something I want to talk about. You can tell they're made by fans for fans. So you can just tell all these, but especially this movie, it was made by someone who just absolutely loves the genre, loves horror, really loves 80s slashers. It's just such a loving homage to the genre. It really, even though I believe this was made in 2017, it really, I mean, of course it's not going to feel exactly like an 80s slasher, but it really does have that 80s slasher vibe, especially for a movie that was made in 2017. It's everything. The characters are, I wouldn't say likable because they're not, they're supposed to be unlikable, but it's the type of thing where they're unlikable so that you're rooting for them to die, and but they're not annoying. They're like unlikable in a funny way. They're just these, all the people in this movie are these snobby rich girls. They're super stuck up. They don't even want to like go grab a drink for themselves. So you're definitely rooting for them to die, and when they die, it's pretty satisfying. That sounds crazy for me to say, but if you watch these type of movies, these slasher movies, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so the characters I enjoyed. I haven't gotten into the plot. I mean, it's a slasher movie. There's not much plot. Like I said, there are these rich girls. They're having a pool party, and they're getting picked off by this killer. They're all in this kind of clique, this rich girl clique, but one of the girls is just a nice, good girl. I believe she's getting her master's degree. She works hard. She's not, from a rich family. She's just a regular girl. So they set her up to be the final girl, of course. She was very likable. But back into what I was saying about that this movie seems like it's made by a fan for fans. I feel like you don't see that a lot nowadays, especially with a lot of big budget Hollywood movies. A lot of times nowadays, like the stuff is not made by fans at all. People don't respect the source material. Not that this is like based off a book, and I'm not saying that this is based upon source material, but a lot of properties nowadays, I haven't seen these shows, but I've heard terrible things about the new Lord of the Rings show, or the new adaptation of The Witcher, where these shows, they just totally disregard the source material. They're not true to the source material. And I heard something recently, I don't know if this is true, but Marvel specifically does not hire people who are fans, which is I don't know what the heck that's all about. They should be hiring fans first and foremost. That that's what I'm saying. These indie horror movies I love, especially this one. This one you can tell so much love was put into it. But I just you really feel that they love the source material, they respect it, and as a fan, I love this stuff. It's just it's that's what I'm saying. It's totally just made for someone like me who loves all these 80s slashers, and you just feel the love. It's just it's a these movies are beautiful, and it's it's so interesting how resourceful they are. How are you gonna make this for $6,000? I mean, it doesn't look like that. It's filmed at this. It's filmed at one location, but it's filmed at this big mansion, this beautiful pool. There's quite a few cast members, so they really make that budget work. That's insane. This is, I mean, that you $6,000. I can't even believe it. You can't even make a short film for that much. They made a feature that looks good and is entertaining. It's crazy, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. How that's just what I was feeling the whole time. That it's really made for fans, and there's a lot of love put into it. But getting back into the movie itself, oh my goodness, the kills in this movie, so darn good. Okay, I'm a fan of a variety of kills. Some slasher movies, you it's like, oh, he got stabbed by a knife. Oh, she got stabbed by a knife. Hey, what's gonna happen? Oh, they're getting stabbed by a knife. And it's like every kill is the same exact thing. This movie, the variety of kills is on point. Every single kill, the killer uses a different weapon. He has this board. I don't know where it is in the actual movie, but his hideout or headquarters probably. He has this board, and it's all these different tools and power tools and weapons, and he'll kind of like go in there, and you'll see him like, should he's like thinking like, should I choose this one, should I choose that? Every single kill is with a different weapon, and this is a newer movie, 2017, where a lot more CGI is used nowadays, but every single kill in this movie is practical. And not only that, you see every single kill. I don't recall there being one cutaway kill. You see everything. There's all the setups, the makeup is just beautiful. A couple that stood out to me where there's this girl, she got a hammer, the back of a hammer, through the bottom of her chin. It came out her mouth. This one guy, he's in the bathroom, and the killer gets this power drill. It's so funny. It's not even a cordless. He plugs it in, but he drills him through the wall. The drill comes out of his chest. That was awesome. There was so many good kills. Those two are just ones that stood out to me. But oh my goodness. And then you have this movie has all the elements of what you're looking for in a slasher film. You have great kills, variety of kills. You know, not to sound like a perv here, but oh my goodness, there are some beautiful, 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 beautiful women in this movie. Oh my goodness. And, you know, of course, you have some TNA. You got to have that. I mean, some slasher movies don't have that. I'm like I said, I'm not a perv. I don't care if a slasher movie doesn't have that. But I appreciate it. It was nice. There's some beautiful ladies in this movie, and I was definitely liking that. So you had great kills, beautiful women, and then okay, I'm gonna get into some spoilers. So, like I said, you know, a slasher movie doesn't need a whole lot of story, But there was this twist towards the end that was actually really good in my opinion, and I did not see coming at all. So the main girl, not the final girl, but the main girl who is hosting the pool party is just a total snob. And towards the end of the movie, in the third act, we find out that she is working with the killer. We find out that the killer is her brother, and she basically asked him to murder all her friends because she wants to become famous, which is kind of like Scream 4. Sorry, spoiler if you haven't seen Scream 4, but yeah, I didn't. The twist totally came out of left field. I did not see it coming at all. It was great, and then once the killer is revealed, it's funny. He's just like joking about it, like he was messing with the dead bodies, and he's setting up dead bodies on the door and having them like fall on his sister, and yeah, you know, that's what they do in all the 80s horror movies. They just have bodies coming out of everywhere, coming out of cabinets. They're just coming out everywhere, which was that's a great line right there. I was like, yes sir. I was just super into that. But yeah, once it's revealed that he's the killer, he's pretty funny. The killer is actually played by the director. Fun fact. And I thought he did a really great job. He's crazy but comical. Like the fact that he's so comical about all the killings, it makes him even a little bit creepier, because it's like a game to him where he wants to be the best killer, and the sister just enlisted him to be the killer because, you know, he's a big guy, he's got some muscle, he can take care of business, but once he gets a taste for these killings, he doesn't want to stop at all. So he just goes on he's like chasing the final girl, he's trying to go on a rampage. So that twist was phenomenal. Like I said, the characters, so darn cool. A lot of the characters were really funny. There's this one guy, he's like the comic relief basically. He was just so funny throughout the thing. He's just rubbing sunscreen on himself. He's like, ladies, you want to help me put this sunscreen on a hard to reach place? You have that type of humor. It's not, you know, it's pretty lowbrow stuff, just silly kind of sexual humor, just simple stuff. It, in my opinion, very effective for the type of movie that it is. I was laughing. That's what I'm saying. It had all the elements of a great slash movie. I have notes here. I want to see if I forgot anything. I'm pretty sure I touched on absolutely everything that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, but I was so pleasantly surprised with this movie. I talked about everything that I wanted to talk about, so I'm going to wrap this up in a second, but I mean, oh my goodness, this was a fun time. 10 out of 10, would recommend. So if you're trying to check this out, it's free on Tubi. So what are you doing? Go watch this movie. Anyways, that's it for my video. Thank you all for watching. Peace out.